a part of you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Adbn TV News at 2. I am Cynthia Okosa. The Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, has disclosed that the value of import duty exemption certificate approvals granted by the federal government rose to 34 trillion naira in 2025. With about 60% covering duty waivers for military hardware imported to address Nigeria's security challenges. Adeniyi made the disclosure on Monday while appearing before the Senate Committee on Finance during an investigative session with revenue-generating agencies. He explained that government policies, particularly duty exemptions and waivers, have significantly reduced the Nigeria Customs Service revenue potential despite record revenue collections.
MDAs that generate IGR are obliged, that are self-funding, are obliged to remit 50% of what is collected. What our record has shown is that Customs has been breaking the law in a different way. We have been remitting 100% of what we have collected as IGR. It will therefore be my request that the committee assist us to correct these erroneous mistakes that we have been doing.
The committee also directed the Corporate Affairs Commission and the Fiscal Responsibility Commission to hold a reconciliation meeting over disputed operating surplus liabilities and submit their findings within 2 weeks. Meanwhile, lawmakers expressed displeasure over what they described as the continued disregard for the National Assembly by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, after its group chief executive officer failed to appear before the committee and instead delegated chief financial officer Tajuddin Karim to represent the company. Supporting the committee's position, Senator Adams Oshomole criticized the absence of the NNPCL boss, insisting that public institutions must respect legislative oversight and remain accountable to the Nigerian people.
Even the President of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he does not delegate his finance officer to present annual budget, which is prepared by financial gurus. Because we are 3 independent arms of government. So if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will leave the villa to address the Senate President as chairman of the legislative arm and the senators and the House of Rep, I have difficulties why NNPC is too big, they are bedridden, there are no medical certificates and so on. May they not be bedridden for too long so that the country can move on. I still think that there is something NNPC is not getting, namely that you are an agency of government and we are a representative of the people, and you cannot afford to behave as if you consider yourself higher than the representative of the people.
At the same hearing, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sani Musa, Niger East, warned that the committee would invoke its constitutional and legislative powers against the head of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMIDEN, Industrial Training Fund, ITF, Federal Medical Center, JABI, and other agencies that failed to honor the committee's invitation.
The other list of agencies that are supposed to appear before us today and have refused to appear before us today are the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Industrial Training Fund, Nigerian Communications Commission, though they have written a letter seeking for us to reschedule a date for them when the Chief Executive will be available, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Nigerian Railway Corporation. These agencies have refused to honor our invitations for this investigative hearing.
The federal government says the final evacuation flight bringing stranded Nigerians home from South Africa will arrive in Lagos on Wednesday, July 15th. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says 315 Nigerians will be airlifted aboard an Air Peace flight scheduled to depart South Africa at 1:30 a.m. and arrive at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, at about 6:30 a.m. The evacuation follows a series of xenophobic attacks and security concerns in parts of South Africa, with the government having earlier conducted 4 evacuation flights for affected Nigerians. The ministry reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to protecting Nigerians abroad and expressed appreciation to all stakeholders involved in the evacuation exercise. The federal government says it is on course to train more than 70,000 Nigerian youths in market-driven vocational and technical skills under the innovation development and effectiveness in the acquisition of skills. The National Project Coordinator of the Ideas Project, Blessing Ogu, says the initiative has expanded significantly from a pilot program that trains just over 1,000 beneficiaries to its current phase, which is expected to produce more than 40,000 graduates. The program, supported by the World Bank, is designed to tackle youth unemployment by equipping young Nigerians with practical skills for employment and self-reliance. The federal government says beneficiaries will also receive startup support while participating in training. Providers must also ensure a significant number of graduates secure jobs or become self-employed before receiving full project funding. A federal high court in Abuja has sentenced Mohammed Sani to 20 years imprisonment for conspiring to conceal information about an alleged notorious bandit, Daromi, an offense that authorities said enabled his escape. The court found Sani guilty on 2 counts of terrorism-related offenses, including failing to disclose information that could have led to the arrest of the alleged bandit, who is accused of supplying arms and ammunition to kidnappers and bandits in Niger State. Justice Nwite ordered that the 20-year jail term without an option of fine should take effect from January 11, 2026. The date of Sani's arrest, he will serve the sentence at the Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja. Security authorities say the conviction underscores their determination to prosecute individuals who support banditry and terrorism by withholding critical intelligence or providing other forms of assistance. You're watching Adbn News. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
Every second, a story breaks.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has formally presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the National Assembly.
The nation reacts. The world shifts. History moves in real time. Before the noise, before the opinions. One screen keeps you connected. From the headlines shaking the nation to the stories everyone talks about tomorrow. Stream anytime, anywhere. When the story matters, you know where to turn. ADBN, a part of you.
The Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, has called on the United Nations and international human rights organizations to launch an independent investigation into the abduction of school children and teachers from Orire local government area of the state. The governor said the incident, which occurred on May 15th, raises serious concerns that require international attention and scrutiny. Speaking during a broadcast after receiving the rescued pupils and their teachers at the governor's office in Ibadan on Monday, Makinde described the abduction as a disturbing attack on education, the safety of children, and the fundamental rights of citizens. He said the circumstances surrounding the incident were sufficiently grave and unusual to justify an impartial international probe.
The Oyo State government will immediately strengthen oversight of all access routes leading into and out of the old Oyo National Park through our adjoining local government area. We shall introduce through these corridors, improve community intelligence, strengthen collaboration with local communities and security agencies. The reunion of these children and teachers with their families does not mark the end of this painful chapter. It marks the beginning of another responsibility, our collective responsibility to establish the truth. The circumstances surrounding this incident are sufficiently grave and unusual to warrant independent scrutiny beyond our domestic institutions. I therefore, with a full sense of responsibility as the Executive Governor of Oyo State, call on the appropriate international human rights and accountability mechanism, including those within the United Nations system, to closely examine the facts surrounding this abduction and the circumstances of its resolution.
The Oyo State Police Command says an abducted farmer, Owade Matthew, has regained his freedom after a coordinated joint security operation forced his abductors to abandon him following his kidnap along the Bojaye Budo Are Bush Road. In a statement by the police public relations officer, DSP Ayanlade Olayinka, the victim was rescued on July 13th and has been taken to a medical facility for evaluation and treatment, while investigations continue to track down and prosecute those responsible. The command says the farmer will be debriefed after receiving medical attention as part of the ongoing investigation into the abduction. The police commended the support of other security agencies, community members, and residents, while urging the public to remain vigilant and continue providing timely and credible information to aid security operations. With the local government elections now concluded, political attention is gradually shifting from campaign rhetoric to the business of governance. The Edo State chapter of the All Progressives Congress says its victory at the polls is both a mandate from the electorate and a call to deliver democratic dividends at the grassroots. ADBN correspondent Favor Osazua has the details.
Addressing journalists in Benin City, chairman of the APC in Edo State described the party's success across the 18 local government areas as a reflection of the confidence reposed in Governor Monday Okpewolo's administration and the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu.
The APC secured a total of 2,158,600 votes in an overwhelming mandate that is a clear expression of the confidence the people of Edo State have reposed in our great party, the leadership of His Excellency Senator Monday Okpewolo, and the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. This resounding victory did not come by chance It is the product of hard work.
While expressing appreciation to voters for the peaceful conduct of the election, the APC chairman also acknowledged the roles played by the Edo State Independent Electoral Commission, security agencies, traditional rulers, and the media. He urged political actors to put the elections behind them and embrace unity, stressing that the responsibility of building Edo State transcends party affiliations.
The time for political contest is over. The time for unity, reconciliation, and collective progress has begun. We invite all well-meaning Edo people to join hands with Governor Monday Okwebolo as we continue to build a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Edo State. Once again, I thank the great people of Edo State for their trust, resilience, and overwhelming support for All Progressive Congress. We do not take this mandate for granted. We remain committed to serving the people with humility, transparency, and unwavering dedication.
With the political contest now over, expectations are high that the newly elected chairman and councillors will translate electoral promises into meaningful development as residents look forward to improved governance at the grassroots. In Edo State, Favor Osazua, Adbn News.
Council chairmen in Akwa Ibom State have assured residents of their commitment to executing people-oriented projects that will improve their welfare and stimulate economic activities across their communities. The chairman of Ibesikbo, Asuta, Itu, and Uyo local government areas gave the assurance during an inspection tour by members of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. Adbn correspondent David Isong reports.
The House of Assembly's inspection tour continued with visits to Ibesikbo Asutan, Itu, and Uyo local government areas.
We don't have a workspace for our supervisors and other staffers, so we needed to put this up.
In Ibesikbo Asutan, the committee inspected the fully equipped council secretariat, rural electrification project, proposed mini stadium project, as well as security improvement initiatives.
There's a proposed picture here. Of course, the work has started already. This is about 5 hectares of land, which I have fenced it round. You know what it means to fence a 5-hectare plot of land. So, and we've started already trying to weigh out the front entrance of the mini stadium.
In Itu local government area, Honorable Bonkut showcased key development projects, including the ultra-modern administrative complex, renovated legislative office block, civic center, and grading of internal roads.
We don't just grade roads, we grade roads that lead us to the markets, like the one in Ekwiboko, a very long road that takes farmers to bring most of the pepper you see in town are being harvested from that zone, but it was never motorable, so we needed to go there and make the roads that our people could use. And today I thank God that those roads are still motorable.
Final stop was Uyo local government area, where the committee inspected rural electrification projects across several communities, the construction of an administrative hall, compassionate homes, and others.
So this is now the Yabo Motor Park. It flooded in that area. Then we did an access road, an asphalted road, from one end to the other end to help people. So this park is in existence now. This park is being utilized now as we speak now.
The House Committee, however, urged the chairman of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, to regularly inspect council areas across the state and ensure that public funds are prudently utilized for projects that benefit the people.
We've made this plea that even after our movement, that the ALGON should also move to this local government, especially some of the councils that will come and give you negative reports. Just walk to the local government, walk to the chairman's office, and see whether the funds given to you people is properly used.
David Isong, Adbn News.
There was an outpouring of love, excitement, and heartfelt tributes in Ikotekpene local government area of Akwa Ibom State on Friday as family, friends, associates, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate the birthday of Dr. Ekemini Ibanga. The colorful event brought together dignitaries from different walks of life who joined in honoring the celebrant with goodwill messages, prayers, and warm wishes. Adbn correspondent Emmanuel Silas tells us more. Stay with us.
The celebration came alive with captivating musical performances, cultural displays, and moments of thanksgiving as guests danced and celebrated in honor of the birthday celebrant. The atmosphere reflected joy, appreciation, and admiration for a woman widely recognized for her dedication to excellence. Guests described Dr. Ibanga as an accomplished professional, compassionate leader, and philanthropist.
Because she's a generous woman. She can give, she can do everything for everybody. She likes to make everybody proud, great.
So I'm here today to celebrate with her for the good work she do, for women, for the children.
So she's a gift of God from heaven. And this kind of people are rare, right? On a day like this, the least I can wish her is a prosperous new 365 years.
Other guests shared in the festivities.
An amazing woman. She's so amazing. She's so accommodating. She loves people. She loves the community. She loves the state.
God for her today. For God keeping her alive till today. Not minding all the challenges that she had gone through. So I pray God to bless her.
Someone that has a heart of gold, that has a love for humanity. If only we have multiple.
They're doing great things for the society and the community. So she's very kind, very humble, and has a wonderful heart, if I was to describe her.
A good heart person, because she has helped so many people abroad and here in Nigeria. So God will really bless her, and God will bless her.
In her remarks, Dr. Ekemini Ibanga, who is also the founder, Ekemini Ibanga Foundation, thanked God for the gift of life and acknowledged the love, prayers, and support she has received over the years.
I want to say thank you for a wonderful day like this. This is the day the Lord has made, and we rejoice and we are glad in it. To my left, we have the women. These are the women that are greatly in support of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for its re-election come 2027. To my right, to my left, to my front, to my back, these are all people who are willing to support the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Obadokpabe's re-election come 2027. And of course, Pastor Moabasieno's re-election. We are all in support of the APC.
Memorable celebration reached its climax with the cutting of the birthday cake. Emmanuel Silas, Adbn News.
Coming up next is business, foreign, sports, and entertainment news. Stay with us after the short timeout. Nigeria's crude oil production reached its highest level in more than 6 years in June. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission reports average daily output of 1.56 million barrels, 4% above Nigeria's OPEC quota and the strongest figure since April 2020. Regulators attribute the rise to stable operations and reduced pipeline disruptions. When condensates are included, total production reached 1.735 million barrels per day, marking 4 consecutive months of growth for Africa's largest oil producer. Output has climbed steadily since February, when production stood at 1.48 million barrels a day, a 2.2% increase from May to June alone. Nigeria's equity market recorded a sharp decline on Monday, with investors losing approximately 1.32 trillion naira as widespread profit-taking weighed on major banking, industrial and consumer goods stocks. The NGX All-Share Index fell by 0.84% to close at 241,749.11 points, while market capitalization declined from 156,044 trillion naira to 155.13 trillion naira. The losses were driven by declines in major stocks including Boa Cement, PZ Cousins, Cadbury, Naskin, FCMB, and First Holdco, as investors locked in profits following recent market gains. Despite the decline, analysts say the market's year-to-date return remains strong at 55.35%, with expectations that strategic investor repositioning could support a rebound in the coming trading sessions. Now on the foreign scene, Thai authorities are investigating whether negligence contributed to the deadly fire that tore through the Rongbe Nalat Phro Bar in Bangkok late Sunday, killing at least 30 people and injuring more than 70. Police say the blaze, believed to have started from a short circuit in an air conditioner, spread rapidly due to highly inflammable decorations used inside the venue. Investigators and fire safety experts found that an exit near the restroom was locked, while the main entrance was partially blocked by furniture. Survivors also reported poor emergency signage, saying many patrons fled towards the back of the restrooms. Authorities said the stage was decorated with combustible materials, including plastic flowers and foam, which may have intensified the fire and produced toxic smoke. Experts believe many victims died from inhaling carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide before they could escape the flames. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration has launched a review of safety regulations after confirming the venue was licensed as a restaurant with live music rather than an entertainment venue, meaning it was not required to use fire-retardant materials. Authorities are continuing their investigation into possible safety violations and accountability for the tragedy. Now into sports, Nigeria and Brazil have commenced the implementation of their agriculture and livestock partnership, marking a major step towards expanding agricultural trade between both countries. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the initiative has moved from agreements to implementation, creating new opportunities for Nigerian farmers, processors, and exporters. As part of the partnership, Brazil has agreed to open its markets to Nigerian exports of hibiscus, sesame, and shea butter, with both countries finalizing the required export certification process. The federal government says the partnership is expected to boost agricultural exports, strengthening technical cooperation, and create new opportunities for private sector investment in Nigeria's agricultural sector. South African police say investigations are continuing into the death of Jaden Adams, whose body was discovered at a property in Cape Town last weekend. The 25-year-old midfielder died just 2 weeks after helping South African national football team reach the knockout stage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup for the first time in the nation's history. Police said the body was found at a property in the Skolchclough area of Cape Town at about 11 a.m. on Saturday, but have not disclosed the cause of death, with investigations still ongoing. Adams' father, Juanito Adams, told reporters the family are awaiting the result of a post-mortem examination before making funeral arrangements. The midfielder featured in all 3 of South Africa's group stage matches during their historic World Cup campaign, but did not play in the 1-0 round of 32 defeat to Canada on 28th of June. United States authorities have announced enhanced security measures for Wednesday's 2026 FIFA World Cup semi-final between England and Argentina. The 2 nations will renew one of international football's fiercest rivalries at the Atlanta Stadium, with England aiming to end the holders' title defense and reach their first World Cup final since 1966. Officials in Atlanta say they are aware of the historical and political sensitivities surrounding fixtures between the 2 countries stemming from the 1982 Falklands War. In a statement, the Atlanta Police Department confirmed it has strengthened its citywide public safety and security operations as the city prepares to welcome thousands of supporters for the semi-final. Now into the world of entertainment. Nigerian comedian and actor Funny Bone has sparked conversations online after saying that being born again does not automatically erase childhood trauma or emotional wounds. In a post shared on his Instagram page, the comedian said many people mistake spiritual rebirth for complete emotional healing, while unresolved trauma continues to influence their behavior and relationships. Funny Bone stressed that therapy, religion, and spirituality can coexist, encouraging believers to seek professional mental health support where necessary. His comments have generated mixed reactions on social media, with some supporting his call for greater attention to mental health in religious communities, while others insist that faith and the Holy Spirit play a central role in emotional healing. Nigerian Afrobeat star Burna Boy has become the first African artist to top the Billboard Global 200 Songs chart, marking another major milestone for African music on the global stage. The Grammy Award-winning singer achieved the feat with his FIFA World Cup collaboration with Shakira titled Day Day, which climbed to #1 on both the Billboard Global 200 and Billboard Global 200 excluding US charts. The song also moved up to number 55 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States, recording its highest position on the chart so far. Meanwhile, fellow Nigerian singer Tems also reached a new career milestone with her song What You Need, climbing to number 39 on the Billboard Hot 100, further highlighting the growing global success of Nigerian music. Into the movie world, Nollywood actress and filmmaker Funke Akindele has revealed that hard work, dedication, and personal sacrifices have been the driving forces behind her success in the Nigerian movie industry. Speaking in a recent interview, the award-winning producer said her commitment to filmmaking has seen her dedicate most of her time to research, writing, and production. Akindele explained that she had to make major personal sacrifices, including limiting social activities and focusing almost entirely on her career, which she described as abandoning herself for work. She credited her dedication to her craft for her continued success, including the record-breaking performance of her latest movie, Behind the Scene, which reportedly grossed 2.7 billion naira at the box office. That's it on Adbn TV News. We'll be right back after the short timeout. Do stay with us.
Recall that the nationwide CVR exercise commenced on 18th August 2025 and was originally scheduled to conclude on 10th July 2026. But INEC has now approved a 2-week extension of the exercise in order to provide additional opportunity for eligible citizens who are yet to register. The Commission has extended the exercise to Sunday, 26th July 2026. The Commission has also introduced a self-service registration option online for eligible first-time voters. Visit the dedicated CVR portal, where step-by-step guide is also provided. We urge all eligible Nigerians who are yet to register to take advantage of this extended window and explore the new voter registration technology option.
You're welcome back from that very short break. Now we'll join our correspondent who is live at the House of Representatives, Laraba Murray, who is standing by to keep us updated on proceedings on this year's open house session. Do stay with us as he debriefs us. Hello. Hello, Laraba. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, Laraba? If you can hear me, what is the atmosphere like over there? What is it like?
Hello? Yeah, but I can hear you. It's very faint.
Okay, let me increase my volume. I said, what is the atmosphere like over there at the House of Reps meeting?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can clearly. Can you also hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I said, what is it with the atmosphere? What is it like over there? What's going on?
Okay. So the atmosphere here is very calm. It is actually very busy. The National Assembly is packed. where you will see lawmakers mixing with government officials and development partners, diplomats, and former officers of the National Assembly. This is happening, the NAS Open Week is happening because the lawmakers are opening their house to invite Nigerians to come in and participate and see what they have done this year. Cynthia?
So when you talk about the NAS Open Day, one would wonder, the other Nigerians would be wondering, how is it different from the usual plenary sessions they usually have? So what's the difference?
Okay, so the difference between the NAS Open Week and that of the plenary is that in the NAS Open Week, the lawmakers open their doors and they have more of interactive sessions with Nigerians. They open their doors and they tell Nigerians, they show Nigerians the laws that they have passed. They show Nigerians the impact that the laws that they have passed is having on the lives of the daily Nigerian. What they are also doing is to also liaise with other stakeholders so they can bring in ideas on national issues, the economic issues, and that is what they are doing. And but for when we say plenary, what we are saying is in the plenary, what we are saying is that bills are passed, debates happen, and also letters from the presidency is coming to the National Assembly. That is the difference between the plenary and the National Open House.
Okay, interesting. So I would want to know what category of stakeholders are available in today's open house program at the NAS Assembly.
Oh, okay, Cynthia, what we are having here is past speakers of the House of Representatives. We also have in attendance of this fully packed event the Senate President of Nigeria, Senator Godswill Akpabio, in attendance. We also have here the now Chief of Staff to the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Bajami Amila is also here. We also have former speakers, Yakubu Dogara is here. We also have religious leaders. We have diplomats in attendance here.
Okay, so you're saying bills such as the one that has to do with cyber crime and all whatnots, Nigerians are there trying to ask questions for the House to actually to throw more light on this validity and how Nigerians can actually benefit from it. Am I correct? Are these part of the kind of questions that are permitted there?
Yes, these are the questions that are permitted. Now, the essence of this open house is for the lawmakers to interact with Nigerians, for lawmakers to explain the rationale behind the laws that they are passing, for lawmakers to tell Nigerians, we haven't been idle. These are the laws that we are passing to make our lives better. Now, for this morning, that it has started, the official open house hasn't begun. For now, the House is unveiling its scorecard in the past 3 years. What are they unveiling? They are unveiling that for the past 3 years, the House has been able to introduce over 2,747 bills. And in that 2,047 bills, they have been able to pass 363. And also, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assented to 72 of these bills. Also, in this time, what they are doing, what they are telling Nigerians is that we are not just sitting idle. We are opening up our houses so that you will see that the Nelson Act that we have passed is producing or is benefiting over 1.6 million Nigerians. And the House is also saying, come in, let's liaise, let's see how we can intervene in the issues that are happening in the country. And also, it will interest you to know that the theme for this year, it is advancing transparency, inclusion, and reforms. So what the House is telling Nigerians is that we are ready to be transparent. We are ready to build the trust of the Nigerian people.
Interesting. I would quickly want to let you go now. When we come back from a short break, we'll continue with the program of the day. Thank you, Laraba. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Cynthia.
Yes. So we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with the news.
Every day, decisions are made, policies are announced, challenges emerge, and lives are changed. But beyond the headlines, beyond the politics, beyond the noise, are the conversations that matter. On Softline, Nigeria's leading voices unpack the issues shaping our future, from governance to business, education, healthcare, technology, security, and the economy. Real conversations, expert insights, solutions that move the nation forward. Because understanding today's decisions shapes tomorrow's opportunities. Now airing 4 p.m. every weekday and Saturdays. Softline, where informed decisions begin.
Hello, Mr. Joshua. Hello, Mr. Joshua, can you hear me? Please respond if you can hear me, please. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Please proceed. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. Okay. You are monitoring proceedings live from the Federal High Court in Abuja. Can you tell us what is the current situation in the courtroom and why has the arraignment of the alleged fake presidential counsel DG not started yet up until now? Why hasn't it started?
Okay, from the previous experiences from the court, the issue is supposed to take place in a court behind me, which is court 5. But the defendant didn't show up as required. They are supposed to be in court by 9 a.m., whereas it was supposed to be presided over by Justice Mohammed Omar. But due to their inability to show up in the court by 9 a.m., because the court was forced to move the case to number 12. So there are a lot of court cases before the court they are supposed to attend to. But presently, the court has been forced to move the case down to court number 12. And presently, the court proceedings is presently on number 4, meaning that we still have about 8 cases before the DG and the MA cases. So that is what is holding the case presently.
Okay, thank you very much for that update. We'll hope to get more developing stories as the court sits to unravel the matter on the ground as it pertains to that case. Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua Mohammed. Have a nice outing.
Thank you, Santi. Thank you.
This is where we come to the end of ADBN Television News at 2, and I remain Cynthia Okosa. Have a lovely afternoon.